Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another edition of Intuitive Angling here. Much appreciated you guys making some time for the video. And you know, Texas rig worms, they're probably one of the most talked about subjects that there are in bass fishing because it's one of the most effective bass catchers. But guys, I'm here to tell you right now, 95% of the bass anglers do not rig a Texas rig correctly. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how you need to rig a Texas rig that's going to definitely allow you more hookups per the strikes you get. Because like I said, there's some misconceptions about the best way to rig a Texas rig that just aren't right. So I'm going to show you guys that today. And real quick, I got to share some stuff with you guys. We got a really cool announcement coming up with Baitworks coming up here. It's probably going to come up in July. I'll keep you guys updated on that. It's something really we've been working on for several months. I'm pretty excited about it. And if you're interested in any of this stuff we're talking about today, you can get them at Baitworks, and I'll include the link in the description. Much appreciated there. And man, it is hot in the tackle room here again, man. It's probably about 98 degrees in here. I am like sweating. I'm still trying to recover from being sick. So if I sound a little rough, you know, bear with me on that. Okay, guys, let's get into this a little bit. First of all, I'm going to tell you guys what not to do. The first thing I want to tell you guys right off the bat, as far as what not to do in a Texas rig, is stop using an EWG hook, the offset hooks. These are good. These are great for some situations. This is the Gamakatsu model, and I use it on some soft plastic baits. But as far as Texas rigging, some type of a round worm like this, you do not want this style of hook. I see a lot of people using the EWG style simply because it's very user-friendly, very extremely user-friendly to use. You know, it sets in the worm really nice, and a lot of people use that. But it's been my experience over many years of bass fishing that I get probably 25% better hookup ratios by going with a straight shank hook on there. This is the Gamakatsu G-Finesse worm hook. This is the worm hook I use for so many things, creature baits, worms. This thing is unbelievable. It's awesome. Gamakatsu G-Finesse straight shank. And the couple different reasons on this. First of all, I'm going to show you guys how not to rig it. The first thing you don't want to do is come in the bait like this, like most people do, and hook it right back into the middle of the worm like this, like that. This is how most people rig a Texas rig. If they're using a straight shank hook, they come right back in the middle. Guys, you want to stop doing this, because when you do that, basically the thing becomes weedless to the point it's going to cost you fish. You have got so much plastic to penetrate there that you simply can't penetrate there. So stop doing this. I'm going to show you a tip here. It's going to add you so many more fish. Take your worm hook out like that, and then just come in and just skin hook it on the side. Now, we've talked about this a little bit before. I just wanted to run through there. But see how I got that just skin hooked on the side there? I literally just got the barb of the hook in the side of that worm. It's completely weedless. It makes the bait completely straight. It doesn't make it crooked. You can pitch it and flip it in the thickest cover. And when those fish hit it and you set the hook, it just tears out of the side like that. And you're going to hook so many more fish. So the first thing we do to correctly rig it is just come in from the side like that. Second thing that you need to remember is your slip sinker. Guys, if you can get by with it, I like to use an unpegged slip sinker all the time. The only time that I don't use an unpegged slip sinker is if I'm fishing super thick stuff where the bait has to get down through objects. But if I'm pitching this thing around laydowns or docks or open water casting it, I'm always using a free sliding slip sinker, because what happens is the slip sinker actually is going to cost you fish the bigger the slip sinker is. Because what happens is if you peg that sinker and it's not free sliding, those fish will grab a hold of that. You set the hook, and it gives the bass more leverage, more weight when they jump to throw the thing. And a lot of times, if you don't have it pegged, that weight will slide free, and the fish that do not have the weight and the leverage when they jump to throw the thing. So it's going to make it a lot more effective. And also, I think that separation like that, sometimes the bass see the worm as like trying to chase something that's alive here, and it just triggers a predatory instinct there. So that's the thing there. The next thing, correctly rigging it, let's talk about a situation where if you do have to peg the sinker. I just dropped my sinker here. There's a lot of different pegging mechanisms out there, but guys, here to tell you right now, don't waste your money on a lot of that high dollar bobber stoppers and peggets and all that type of stuff. The thing that works just as good, dang, it's hot in here. The thing that works just as good, guys, is just an old round toothpick. Now, a lot of people say, oh, that's going to fray your line, Randy. No, it doesn't fray your line. I've never had any problem. Just take a little round toothpick and don't come in real hard on it. Just come in to the point where it's just, you feel just a little tension, and then break it off of there. And you want it where it slides a little bit. See, this thing, it's pegged, but it still slides fairly freely. And to me, the toothpick works just as good as anything in there. So that's my setup with that. So anyway, guys, that's just a few simple tips with it. Another piece of advice I'll give you on Texas rigs is the sinker color is pretty critical. One thing I found out about, it's always better to go with a black sinker over brown if you're mixing and matching one. What I mean by that is if you've got like a brown or green slip sinker on a green pumpkin worm, that's great. But I've noticed if you try to put a brown or a green pumpkin slip sinker on a darker colored worm like a June bug or a black or a red bug, it takes away from your strike. So if you don't want to have to get both colors, get with black, because black will get bites on both colors of worms. So just a few quick tips here. I think that's going to help you guys be more efficient and get some more bites in the water. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk later.